strike that's really going to take the game away from you because Choi Thapa is technically very solid and sound.
Yes, and I think it's been very intentional from Joy Thapa. He's scored 8 runs off 29 deliveries, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He definitely trusts his ability, and they don't really need much from here on. So that is why I think Joy Thapa has been slightly watchful. This time he's played that one on the leg side, that's slightly shorter pitch delivery. But definitely Singapore still searching for that one breakthrough to just reignite some kind of hope. But the momentum now has gently started to look like it's back with Nepal again.
But Abrar, what a match here. Only 114 to win. I'm sure at the halfway stage, none of us thought that the Singaporean bowlers will come back this strong. They actually made things very difficult for Nepal at one moment. It was 58 for 5. And then now this wonderful partnership between Joy Thapa and Shubham Khanal bringing Nepal back into the game.
Yes, and definitely let's take a moment to acknowledge the brilliant spells that gave Singapore a real shot in this final. It was Kapish who was simply outstanding. His 6 overs for 18 runs and 4 massive wickets. His double strike really flipped the match when Nepal looked to be in cruising control. Vedansh also backed him up quite beautifully. His 6 overs for 20 runs and 1 key wicket as well. So it was the fast bowlers who have picked up the 5 wickets among themselves. Since then, Nepal batters have absorbed the pressure really well. Both these batters have looked like they're comfortable against spin, and Shubham and Joy Thapa have rebuilt. They've definitely rotated smartly whenever it was required. They're helped by some unaware captaincy decisions, I think. We are not too convinced. Absorbed the pressure really well. Both that gave Singapore a real shot in this final. It was Kapish who was simply outstanding. His 6 overs for 18 runs and 4 massive wickets. His double strike really flipped the match when Nepal looked to be in cruising control. Vedansh also backed him up.
Taxi App, everyone's favorite app. We will get you there safely and with the lowest price. Enjoy.
Has also been quite predictable. I think that has allowed the batters to play with soft hands and they have rotated the strike as well on occasions. And as you can see, exactly that is something he has done throughout this innings. He was not in control of the ball that was going away, and Akash Teja was trying to exploit that for a very long time. This time, a sharp catch taken at wide of slip, and this time, Shubham Kanal has to go back. But this is some smart bowling that has been rewarded.
Well, probably it wasn't the best of deliveries, slightly short, and he cut it. And look at that catch. It was Yuvan Pande who has impressed us with his bowling, and this time that sharp catch, he took an absolute screamer because that ball was traveling. So, well, another twist in the tail. Wicket number 6 falls here for Nepal. They still need 23 runs. They have 4 wickets in hand. Can Singapore find a way back into this game?
I am quite convinced that it was intentional from the bowler. He was trying to bowl that away from the left hander on a couple of occasions before that wicket as well. And I think he was persisting with that line and length because he knew that the batter does not cut too well. So if that's the case, that is very well done. I think he read the situation of the game to his advantage and he's executed his plan to absolute perfection there.
Well, absolutely brings in the new batter. Sachin Bhatta was impressive with the ball, and now he needs to play a crucial role here. He needs to support Joy Tapa. Oh, that's beautifully driven. Well, the intent is pretty clear, so he might be playing his shots as long as it's in his arc. And I think that's the way to go. You need to be positive. That's beautifully worked away on the onside. Smart batting here. A single to bring back Joy Thapa back on strike.
I think just a few runs. They can just somehow play out 5 to 7 runs here and then maybe just eye to play one or two big shots with which they can well and truly come into this chase other than losing a wicket. And definitely that is something even Singapore will be aware. So the key here is to pick up the wicket of Joy Thapa somehow, and that can really bring Singapore in the game.
Well, ends a successful over there. After 24, it's 92 for 6.
At this point, definitely we have to accept the fact that it has been an absolute nail biter here at the UKM Oval. Definitely a final worthy of the occasion. What looked like a straightforward chase for Nepal has really turned into a very tense and edge of the seat kind of a thriller situation for them. Singapore, despite posting just 113, look at that, what a moment, and it is that man, it is Yuvan Pande who picks up the wicket, and right now they are fully charged and on the top of the game. What a big moment in this game.
Well, they say that it's the big players that rise up to the big occasions, and it's Yuvan Pande doing that job for Singapore. Look at that. Hit the top of the off stump, and Sachin Bhatta had no clue whatsoever with that delivery. So that's the fall of the 7th wicket, and suddenly it's Singapore who goes into the tail of Nepal. Only 3 wickets remaining.
Can you really blame Sachin Bhatta for that? Absolute peach of a delivery from Yuvan Pande. Nothing really wrong with the defense, but that one just pitched on the off stump and then turned just enough to clip it. What a delivery. Yuvan Pande really producing the magical delivery when it was needed, and he's picked up a moment in this game, and Singapore will definitely try to capitalize from here. 7 down really, and right now we can't tell who has the edge. What a final this is turning out to be. This is youth cricket at its absolute best. Intense, unpredictable, and impossible to look away from.
Yes, and it's also wonderful to watch. Oh, there's a big appeal and he's gone. Oh, another wicket. And look at that. Jubilations here for Singapore as they get the 8th wicket. And now Nepal in deep, deep trouble.
This is why we were wondering why Yuvan Pande is not being brought back into the attack. And Yuvan keeps things happening. Just 2 more wickets picked out of absolute nowhere. And with that, no hesitation once again. As you mentioned, jubilation definitely for Singapore. And they'll definitely want to keep the pressure on here, because here it seems like Yuvan Pande is absolutely running away.
Well, it was the captain of Nepal, the guy who bowled a wonderful spell, this time when his team needed him the most, he got out from the second delivery that he faced. And now Singapore just two good deliveries away from clinching on to one of the most famous victories we have seen in the under 16 format.
Can he pick up one more here? Yuvan Pande, man with a golden arm, and somehow Abhay just tentatively plays that with that thickish outside edge, but not before a couple of runs completed. So just 2 wickets needed, and this is turning out to be a cliffhanger. Anything can happen, really. We don't know who's having the edge. 22 runs needed right now, and I don't have any more words to describe what is happening out there in the middle.
Oh!
That he should have been taken. We are absolutely at the edge of the seat. Both of our reactions really say it all, doesn't it?
Well, that was in the air, just a whisker away from that fielder. Short mid wicket. Oh, very close to the stumps once again. Well, Singapore, they're trying for everything.
This is a nail-biting finish. Tension is here at the UKM Oval, and the pressure is absolutely electric. Both these sides are looking at the victory margin from here on. Not too many runs remaining to be chased, and just 2 wickets hanging on for Nepal as well. So Singapore is also fancying their chances. Joy Thapa, 9 of 38. I don't know how he will go on from here because at this point he's batting with the tail. Abhay Yadav has just walked out, 2 of 3. And right now it is the leg spin of Akash to continue. Maybe from somewhere they need to just pick up a couple of boundaries and pressure can shift. On the other hand, one more wicket, Singapore will be right back on the money. So we don't really know what's going to happen here. So the craze, the tension is right up there.
Well, absolutely. We have seen the pendulum swinging both ways. And it's in the balance. 20 runs required and 2 wickets remaining. It can go anyway. Oh, beautifully bowled once again. And it's again that spin duo of Akash Teja and Yuvan who's done the trick. We have seen them doing the same in the semi-finals as well, where they pull off a wonderful win against Hong Kong China, who were one of the strongest sides in this tournament.
Yes, right now the crowd's breath held tight as each ball could really be the turning point. Singapore's bowlers are relentless, hunting that final breakthrough, while it looks like the Nepal tailenders battle with every ounce of grit and determination. It is Joy Thapa, very crucial now, and the misfield. They have tangled themselves and shouldn't really be the kind of mistakes they can afford at this point in the game. So crucial runs once again, and we'll be hoping that they haven't hurt themselves out there.
Well, a misfeel, and just to make it worse, I hope he's not picked an injury in there. But yeah, these are key moments in the game. Only 20 runs required, and we see a misfield that causes an extra run. In fact, 2 extra runs there. How crucial will that be at the end of the game? Well, the
And
play
right now
resumes.
we are seeing Akash to continue. Once again, he's continuing with that flight. Just one more delivery remaining in the 26th. Nepal are really trembling on the brink at 95 for 8. Joy Thapa, the seasoned warrior, is battling hard with 10 of 43 right now. Every single run looks like he's to be fought off. And once again, a good completion to the over from Akash Teja. 26 completed, it's 95 with a loss of 8. The target now is agonizingly close. We're just 19 runs away, but only 2 wickets left. This final has become a true fest of nerves and steel. The correct man into the attack this time. It is Yuvan Pande. Definitely the tail enders will find it very difficult to bat against him. And he gets a go at Abhay Yadav. Looks like Joy Thapa is trusting him to face the experienced Yuvan Pande here. And as you can see, the ball is turning away into him and is having a lot of difficulty trying to negotiate it. So definitely the tension is palpable. Every ball is a cliffhanger. Every run could be the difference between triumph and a heartbreak. So definitely we'll have to see what goes on from here. Rare loosener, but of not too much of damage from Yuvan Pande here. Eyes are wide, waiting for the moment that will decide the fate of this thrilling contest here at UKM Oval.
Well, it has been an absolute nail biter. We are all at the edge of our seats, where we have seen some wonderful cricket from both the sides, especially when it comes to the bowling. First, we have seen the Nepal bowlers doing the job, and right now it's the fight back from the Singaporean bowlers. And they have bowled with a lot of heart. It's not easy, especially defending 114 runs in a 50 overs match, and to get the opposition 90.
I'm definitely starting to feel that Yuvan Pande definitely has the skill to beat the defense of Abhay Yadav. And this delivery that he definitely carries the hopes of an entire team and nation on his young shoulders. 27 overs completed, still 95 with a loss of 8. Akash to continue. Flatted delivery this time. And the fans of Nepal will be relieved to see that it is Joy Thapa on strike. Joy Thapa somehow have to manage a few boundaries here in this over, especially because he doesn't want Abhay Yadav to stay on strike for too long, and an opportunity there that goes begging. For a moment, we really thought that Akash Teja will be able to pick up a wicket, and in the most unconvincing fashion, he picks up a boundary here. But very risky. Perhaps it is the prayers of the fans out there that keeps him alive at this stage. Should have really been taken, if you ask me. It was just there, and what has rubbed salt to the wound is the fact that that has gone all the way to the boundary.
Well, what a peach of a delivery there. He got the outside edge and he brought the slip in place, but just couldn't get it. Oh, what a shot here! That's a shot that will ease the pressure. It was right there in his slot, and he went over the infield, back-to-back boundaries here.
I could really sense it that this over needed to produce some runs for Nepal because it it is not going to be easy for someone like Abhay Yadav to go out there and face more deliveries. And we know that Joy Thapa has the correct technique and has the right mindset as well. This time he just capitalized with a beautiful looking shot down the ground. And let's see if Akash Teja can really produce a wicket here. Shot and cut away nicely. This time a race is on, and that should be another boundary. Important runs, and what a moment in this game. Joy Thapa really out of absolutely nowhere. Look at the fans, absolutely delighted with that boundary. And this time he has picked up three crucial boundaries really out of nowhere. Smashed it just when it is needed.
Yes, what a time. 3 boundaries, back-to-back boundaries, hat-trick of boundaries here. Well, that will definitely change the equation once again in favor of Nepal. 107 for 8. Again, short delivery. This time it's just a single.
Yes, don't take your eyes off. Nepal fans, your prayers are definitely being answered here at the UKM Oval. Joy Thapa suddenly explodes into the action. He's been watchful for a very long time. He's stayed away from his natural instinct. And right now he's picked up 3 gorgeous looking boundaries. And just now, we don't have too many remaining. The target is 114. They are already on 108. What a crucial partnership this is turning out to be. We saw that the crowds have already erupted. The energy once again surges through the stadium as Nepal's hope blazes back into fire here.
Oh, beautiful delivery. That's a much better delivery. I wonder why Akash Teja was bowling it much flatter and towards the batter. Well, nevertheless, another over goes to an end. It's the end of the 28th over. It's 108 for 8. Only 6 runs required now.
And this time almost a chance at the non-strikers end. It is that man Yuvan Pande who's back into the attack. Not much remaining, just 6 runs needed. And right now Yuvan Pande will somehow just try to be the spoil sport when it comes to the hopes of these Nepal batters out there. A million dreams definitely here for Nepal to just win back-to-back like we mentioned before. Joy Thapa 23 of 51, right man to face Yuvan Pande. But really, just really 2 more wickets. Not really much remaining. What an exciting moment in this game. Just waits onto that one, almost trying to run away with it. And I think it was the right call by the non-striker. Abhay Yadav doesn't really want to face Yuvan Pande at this stage. Definitely has to be Joy Thapa because he's the batter who's looked technically absolutely solid out there. This time down the leg side and easy pickings really, and he will get a single in the 4th ball. So at this moment Yuvan Pande really has 2 more deliveries. I think he has to attack with all that he has if he wants to pick up a wicket here. All of the hopes of Nepal is definitely riding with Abhay Yadav and Joy Thapa here. What a partnership this is turning out to be. Abhay Yadav at the moment 2 of 10, but remains a very important innings nevertheless. And that is bowled down the leg side. He will go off strike with that. Easy pickings really. And definitely excellent running. This is crucial runs here. He definitely needed to get a couple of runs here, and because that will give Joy Thapa an opportunity to come back and face most of the deliveries in the next over. One more delivery here. Abhay Yadav will just want to survive this. Let's see if Nepal fans and the crowd support is with him. He goes after it, he goes big, he goes in the air, and we'll have to wait and see. Yes, it is. Look at the fanboys, they're running in. He's finished it off in style. It is Abhay Yadav with a maximum to seal the victory for Nepal here. What a moment. Look at the energy, look at that jubilation here. And look at them celebrating. Truly deserves every bit of it. There it was with that majestic six to seal the deal. Nepal finished this epic chase with a flourish, crossing the line in absolute style. From the almost the blink of defeat, they have come triumphed and they've become the champion. This final has definitely given us everything. We can see that the crowd has been here with us from the very start. The people have joined in huge number, and Nepal have really put in their heart and their soul into this final. And we've seen a lot of drama unfold, but eventually it was a spectacular finish. Amazing, amazing really. The crowd really erupts as Nepal lift this ACC Men's Under 16 East Zone Cup. They are celebrating a performance filled with resilience, passion, and unforgettable moments. So with that in the chase, Nepal have come out victorious. They've won this final by just 2 wickets, and Nepal's batting was really a true test of grit and determination. A blazing start by Parimarjan Yadav and Shivan set the tone, but it was the resilience of the lower order, especially by Joy Thapa, that ultimately made the differences. Joy's composed innings under pressure, studded with timely boundaries, was the backbone of Nepal's successful chase. But he was well supported, as I mentioned, by Shivansh as well as Shubham and Prasidha Jaisi. On the other hand, Kapish really outperformed himself with the ball in hand. With a new ball, he came charging in, picked up 4 wickets by just giving away 18 runs, and that's when things were looking very difficult for Nepal. And for a moment, we thought that Singapore are crawling back into this game. They fought back beautifully, especially with the ball in hand. The likes of Yuvan Pande once again delivering the goods with the ball, 2 wickets, and Vedansh Gupta as well as Akash Teja